West Ham United take their second trip up to Merseyside for the season, as we hope to do one or two better of what we did when we went to Goodison Park a few weeks ago. We're looking to get our second win at Anfield in a short 59 years, a historic night if we could do that at Anfield. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are. Well, it's time for the build-up show, Liverpool versus West Ham United. I'm joined by Phil for the build-up show. Phil, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you, Jake. Hope you're well too. Looking forward for the game tonight.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I see we've got in the chat. You're there. You're here. You're
I
there.
was,
You're
now I'm here.
everywhere. Callum, hope you are well as well. Yeah, keep your comments coming in, guys. About the game predictions and anything else. How are you feeling, Phil? What are we? An hour and 10 minutes away from kickoff. How are you feeling?
I don't know about this one. I think with Liverpool, they had the greatest of starts to the season, but I had a feeling they was gonna, get a decent result against City. So they got a lot of momentum coming in from that one. So we've had some decent form lately. Unfortunate to go away 3 points against Southampton, but hopefully, if our two first choice centre backs are fit and ready to play tonight, then that will help out a little bit. And I think it's going to be an interesting game, but I'm not expecting it to be. I'm not expecting it to be like a one-sided game. I think it's going to be pretty tight.
Yeah, and I think it will be a really good game if it's tight. Actually, there is so many fundamentals and different things that could go wrong and right with this tonight, and I think this is one of the most crucial starting lineups of the season. As we're 8 minutes away from it, not because we desperately need a result, but I think it could definitely give us an idea, obviously, who's available, who's not, of how we're going to do tonight. Because if we've got maybe one of our centre backs back, and Moyes doesn't completely go for it, because if he does, we could get battered. But if he doesn't go ultra defensive, I genuinely think we've got a chance up there. We're going to take some comments and see who else we've got in the chat. Neil Evening Hall from rural South Australia, 3:51 a.m. on Thursday morning. I say fair play to you, Neil. Fair play.
I raise a can to you.
Very good. Trini Hammer, hope you are well. Honestly, don't think we will get anything from this, just hoping the score is close and we move on. Yeah, I get that. That was kind of my my kind of position on it in the last couple of days, but today I'll get up and, you know what, I think we can get there and we can cause them some problems. And if we play the right team and we play to the best of our ability and take our chances, which is not what we did up there last year, I think we stand a chance. Sean, hope you need to stop picking a side with more pace in it, otherwise it's going to be a dull slog of a season. Must be one of the slowest 11s in the league, and of course Cornet being out injured, that doesn't help that situation at all, Phil.
Oh no, you know what you get with Cornet. He's got oodles of pace. It's just about him trying to utilise it very well. And it's been unfortunate where he's had this calf injury for feels like ages now. Can't even remember when was that? A couple of weeks ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he picked up about 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
3 weeks. It's quite a while back now, so it's important to get him back in as soon as possible. As long as he's fully fit, don't want him to break down again very easily. So it's important to have a lot of pace in that team, especially with a fast-paced team like Liverpool. It's all well and good trying to be defensive, but if you want to be up there, battling out the big boys, you've got to go out there on the offensive rather than the defensive. So if you get a lot of pace in there, sometimes if we're playing a certain way for a long period of time, that's where the other team will suss us out. So if we go pace, they're not going to be expecting it.
Yeah, and something that we discussed on the preview last night is perhaps Moyes has got to be a bit smarter than this than normal and see if they play Trent out on that right-hand side. We know he's vulnerable. He can't defend. Maybe, just maybe, we might see Moyes perhaps. Now, my suggestion, not that I'm saying this is right, would perhaps be putting Antonio out there just for that bit of pace and physicality to, bustle past Trent, give him a bit of ruffling up, tell him he's there, because I think he crumbles under pressure, and a bit of pace could be what we need there. Or alternatively, chuck a Ben Rama out there with a bit of skill to get past Trent, because, Trossard put him on his backside a few weeks ago at home. They are a vulnerable side, of course, coming off the back of beating Man City and stopping Haaland. That was a bit frustrating that they look like they're going to come back into a little bit of form here. But they're still a side that have conceded 3 at home to Brighton this year. They've conceded quite a few goals. They're a side that can be beaten.
No, definitely, they are a beatable team. Like I said already earlier, they've not had the greatest starts of the season, and they're lucky to come off with a victory against Man City. So, yeah, I think if we do, spot their weaknesses very quickly, that will rattle them, and then gives more chance of getting an early goal. So
yeah,
I think if we can just go out there. And like you said already about if you want to put someone like Antonio out there and who can outmuscle Trent, then it's a bit of a bonus, really. So they're still there for the taking. So I don't want it to think that just after one win that's it. They're going to be on a massive winning streak now. Or we want it to think that's got to be like a one-off. So we're still trying to find our best team, and if we can,
just to stop you there, Phil, we're going to bring Mike on as well, but we've got a bit of breaking news and it's not good. Firstly, Mike, how are you?
Oh, not too bad, Jake. Not too bad, Phil. You all right?
All right, Mike, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. You aren't going to be too much better when I read you this. Now, this is coming from Mark Carlo, who's close to the West Ham way, an ex-WHU employee, who has confirmed in the last minute or so that Paqueta is out injured. West Ham have been dealt a huge injury blow with our current club record signing ruled out of this game after picking up a shoulder injury, which was noticed by a few at Southampton. So that's a massive blow. Michael, come straight to you.
Yeah, that is a big blow, mate. I hope he's not out for very long. I think he's improving with every game. It's taken him a little while to settle in the Premier League and the pace of the game, but he is getting there now. So that is a big blow.
Yeah, and we've just got a few little bits of rumours starting to come out. Flynn Downs is being mentioned quite a lot on Twitter. We don't have confirmation of that yet, but obviously we've got Paqueta there. Could that be a blessing in disguise for a player like Benrahma, Phil, because Paqueta hasn't really hit it off at the start of the season so far. So, we don't want him to be injured on record signing. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be injured, but this could open a door for Said Benrahma tonight, a massive door.
Yeah, especially where we wanted him to start, some of the games, and he's been just put out on the bench for a few of them. So it's good that he's gonna if he can get a start in, that's good. Obviously, sadly at the expense of Paqueta, but sometimes these things happen when a certain player gets injured. You might have to change formation, allows another player to come in, and then they go on a massive, good purple patch of form. So we could see a bit more from Benrahma if he starts.
Just before we get the team move, we're seconds away from it. Mike, sum up your feelings and hopes for tonight.
Well, I just hope that we just go up there and have a go. What worries me is we're just going to sit in, and just because Liverpool had hit a bit of form lately, or we don't want to be. I know you can't go gun-ho, don't get me wrong, but I want us to have a go at them, because the worst thing would be to go up there, and not really give it the chance. And we'll never know if we don't give it a go, because I think Liverpool are gettable at the back. There is no doubt about that. And their weaknesses are probably our strengths. So why not have a go? I don't mean just fly it, stick 4 up front and be silly about it, but have a proper go at them.
Yeah, about 100%. Let's take some comments before we get that line up. I'm going to scroll up and start here. Scott, I hope I'm in Victoria, Australia, 4:23 a.m. Crikey. You are all up early today. Let's take some of your comments. Evening, what's the lineup? 9 behind the ball. I don't know. We are seconds away from that lineup, which is now with us then. So just whilst I load that up onto your screen, drop a like on the video and subscribe to West Ham Unofficial Unofficial if you are new. I haven't really looked at it yet either, so it's going to be first for me and first for you as I just load it up. Check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham Unofficial, SRM, Carver and Son. Here we go then. So our lineup for Liverpool versus West Ham United is Fabianski in goal, a back four of Johnson, Zuma, Kehrer and Creswell. Oh dear. Fornals, Rice, Souček, Downs, Skamaka and Burn. Right, so let's break this down. So Fabianski in goal, fair enough. Presume it's going to be a back four. Zuma is back in there, which is massive. So we've got Johnson one side, probably right back. Zuma, Kehrer, centre backs. Creswell left back. And then like a midfield four, maybe Fornals being a wing back there. I'm not sure. Fornals playing a little bit higher up than Creswell, maybe for that bit of protection for Creswell's lack of pace. Then a midfield three, perhaps, of Rice, Souček and Downs. And then two up top of Skamaka and Bowen. Could he not start Antonio up front with Skamaka? There's plenty here. This is interesting. What formation do you think we're going for? Perhaps a 4-4-2?
Don't think so, Jake. More like
Cool.
Fornals fitting in as a sort of left wing back.
Yeah.
And Johnson, Zuma, Creswell. Sorry, Johnson is a right wing back.
Yeah.
Zuma, Kehrer, Creswell is a
It's the
back
three. Yeah. Yeah,
and then we're looking at Rice and Downs holding. Then you've got Souček. And then you've got Bowen. And then you've got Skamaka up top, haven't you? So, I mean, I think that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, I'd expect. Well, maybe
it's adaptable. Maybe it is adaptable.
Yeah, maybe Phil, we might turn from a 4 to a 5. Surprisingly, at sometimes Moyes might push the boat out slightly. We could see Moyes just simply going, let's just try and pack this midfield here and not get overrun with Rice, Souček and Downs. I'm not sure, or maybe Souček playing as a little bit higher, almost playing and letting him be that Fellaini that Moyes has had in the past. I don't know. That's interesting.
It is very interesting. I don't know really. When I looked at it, I was thinking we'll have to think twice. Really, I thought.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
Possibly like a 5-3-2 maybe with Fornals playing as that wing back because he's played in that position before. Ben Johnson can just sort of bomb up and down, and then you'd have the three Rice, Souček and Downs just there, and then they can all sort of interchange really with like Souček just going a bit more further forward, going there at the last minute at the edge of the box, getting a few headers in, and then Skamaka and Bowen playing as a two up top perhaps. But as the game goes on, that formation will probably change, because they're just going to weave about, especially Bowen who usually likes to cut inside anyway. But it does depend if we want to play all defensive at the start.
Yeah.
Or if we want to just go a lot more attacking. So, like I say, it's hard to say with this one.
I think the key is, Mike, is adaptable.
It is adaptable. That can easily slip into a 4. It can easily go into a 5. It can go into a 3. I mean, it can change so much. I can't see who's on the bench, Jake, because it's.
So I'll just zoom in for you. So we've got Areola and Randolph as the keepers. Emerson, Soufal, Coventry, Lanzini, Antonio Ogbonna, Benrahma. So attacking players here, we've got Lanzini, Benrahma, and Antonio. Who are we missing there? Fornals?
He's playing. What about? Dawson is not fit, obviously. Even to be on the bench, which is a bit of a shame. So
obviously Paqueta's out.
Yeah, Paqueta's out, obviously.
He's still out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of thrown me with the numbers there because they put Randolph at the end for some reason. Don't do that, West Ham, please. Two keepers there, attacking options of Antonio, Lanzini, Benrahma, and perhaps Emerson at a push there as an attacking player. There is options there. What would you have changed knowing that Moyes is going to start with that? Oh, crikey. Where's that gone? Oh, yeah, we don't want that. There we go. Back to that. We're live, people. What would you have changed, Phil, Mike?
Personally, me, it's difficult because of Paqueta being missing. Hang on.
Oh.
Where's Benrahma?
On the bench.
He's on the bench. I would have played Ben Rama.
Yeah, fair enough. So would I.
I would have put Ben Rama in that team. I would have given him the job that Paqueta normally does because I think he's better there. I think he's better in the middle of the park than he is out wide.
Yeah.
I honestly would have just slotted him in and changed nothing else. Okay, you got Zuma back, so you have to play him because basically we had 5 fullbacks, didn't we, on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
He would have had to slot it in there, but I would have liked to seen Ben Rama in that attacking position.
Yeah. Phil, what would you change?
Yeah, I'll go with what Mike said there. I think this is a game that would be a game for Ben Rama to be starting in, just to have that bit of pace, that bit of flair in there. Possibly over. That's the thing. I'm still like everyone who wants Downs to be starting over Souček. So if we was going by that, then have Ben Rama starting instead of Souček.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, because they're as adaptable. We could either play a 3 in midfield, which people have been calling for a good couple of years now, because we have been getting overrun in there, and especially with Souček's dipping form as well. Or maybe it could be Souček kind of trying to play in that Paqueta role, where he's going to dive forward a bit more and leave Rice and Souček to sit there, and then we've got Fornals who could play more higher up, or could be that left wing back with kind of protecting Creswell from the pace that Liverpool might have. And then, I mean, having Zuma back is massive, I think, just to consolidate that up, because we were bullied on Sunday, especially in the first half. Che Adams just bullied Johnson and Kehrer collectively. So to have Zuma back there is massive. Dawson not involved, so hopefully he's going to be back, and hopefully he'll be ready for Monday night against Bournemouth. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. So it could be worse. It's interesting. Moyes has switched things up a bit. You've got to give him credit for that. He's tweaked things. I don't think many people would have predicted Rice, Souček and Downs to all start, and they have started. So it's going to be interesting to see how we set up to start with, whether we're going to defend for the first half and then perhaps open the shackles up a little bit and go for it, or who knows, because there's no point predicting it. Who the devil knows? Right, let's fire through some of your comments. There are quite a few of them, so I'm going to go up to here. Right, here we go then. Big move, says Hammerhead, for Down starting against the Scousers. Now, I would have started him on Sunday, because I think it is a bit harsh. Liverpool away, first game. That could be a bit harsh. I think he's up to it. I'd have preferred to see him on Sunday in replacement of Souček, but I'm happy he's starting.
It's just more pressure on him, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think he's up to it. Hopefully. Gary says he will play Lanzini rather than Benny. So you've got Lanzini and Ben Rama there for attacking options to come off of the bench. Fornals on the left of a 3 is so annoying. So I don't think we're going to see that today. I'm convinced that he's going to try and go for that 5 at the back. I think we're going to play narrow up front. I can see Skamaka and Bowen trying to play quite close to each other. I'm not sure. It could change where it could go flat up front, and or we could be narrow. I ain't got a clue. Anything to add on that?
But honestly, I'd like to see Antonio as well, because their weakness is behind their fullbacks. Yeah, that is. We proved that last year when, 2 or 3 times we got in behind Trent and Robertson. I think Robertson's a better defender than Trent, to be totally honest. But that's their weakness, as well as it being their strength, obviously, because they're both so good at going forward. But sometimes you've got to be brave. And that's where I think we need the pace. I think I'd love to have seen Antonio and Bowen out wide. Yeah. I really would have done. And then Skamaka down the middle, but that would be ultra attacking, I know. And
noise.
That's not in the DNA, I know it's not. But hey, you never know until you try it, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Sean says, looks like a side thrown together this morning a bit. Would you be inclined to agree or not?
A little bit, yeah. I would. A little bit.
Gary says, I like it. Rice can flow forward. I think he could flow forward, which means Souček would have to sit back. I don't know which player out of those 3 in midfield Moyes is going to give the license to go. We'd all expect it to be Souček, but he might throw a surprise in. So kind of adaptations is we've got a 4-3-3, a 4-5-1, then you can have a 3 at the back, a 5 at the back. There's so many things Moyes could do here. He's just almost just dropped this here, obviously, with the lineup, and then we just kind of sat here for an hour to ponder, thinking, well, he could do this, he could play him there, or if we don't know as West Ham fans, well, we most likely, and pretty much what 30, probably 35 times out of 38 last year, 4-2-3-1, Benrahma, Fornals, Bowen, Antonio. You know, he's left us guessing, which is going to leave Liverpool guessing as well, I think.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's trying to play a few mind games with Mr. Klopp.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it comes out all right, then Mr. Klopp's going to moan about David Moyes being unpredictable.
Yeah.
Talking of Klopp, I'm just going to load up the Liverpool lineup because that is very important for us tonight. We'll see who is starting for them. We'll just take some more comments in the meantime. Just getting that up for you. Liverpool team news: Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Henderson, Thiago, Carvalho, Salah, Firmino, Nunes. I mean, if you take up the Salah, Firmino, Nunes, I'm going to get that up on screen for you. That's a weakened side. Tsimikas in over Robertson. Robertson's benched, so that could just be a rest for him. I'm going to bring that up onto the screen for you. No, I don't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Trent is where we've got to get at here. I thought Gomez was very good from what I saw on Sunday. Tsimikas, he's been solid for them. Henderson and Thiago in midfield. We've packed the midfield. They could play a 2-man midfield and then 4 up front, or Carvalho slips into that midfield. I'm not quite sure. Phil?
Yeah, it's still a good enough started. With Trent starting, so he must be a lot fitter than he was meant to be, really, because he was meant to have been out for 2 weeks, but came on at the end of the game against City, and now he's starting. Gomez as well, he's good. Also Van Dijk. I expect Henderson and Thiago to just sit there, do their thing. And I think, I'd expect obviously Carvalho's a more attacking player anyway, youngster, so he's going to play more central attacking, and it would just be that front three what sort of used to now, isn't it? With Nunes, he'll see. Only knew of Nunes when we was linked with him, whenever that was. So, what are the odds in him banging in a goal or two?
Yeah, I mean, it's a weakened Liverpool side, don't get me wrong, but there's still some very good quality. I mean, Salah, Firmino, Nunes, you can't look past that, Mike. But if you also look at the bench, there's not a lot there. Kerala, Fabinho, Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones, Elliott, Robertson, Clark and Phillips. There's not a hell of a lot there, but, we've got to be fearful of Salah, Firmino, Nunes.
Oh, God, yeah, that's still a strong team. No doubt about that. Attacking 3 are phenomenal, so it's a tough game. We know that. We know it's always a tough game up there. We don't normally get too much. But, if we don't go and have the go, I mean, that's what will upset me more than anything, is that we don't try to have a go at them. I think that's the most important thing. I know you can't be, like I said earlier, can't be totally gun-ho, and we won't be with Rice and Downs sitting in there. So, but we've got to maybe change our way we play a little bit. Without Paqueta tonight.
Yeah. Do you think Moyes has been forced to change things over them? Perhaps his choice to mix things up, whether it's positively or more negatively this week, Phil?
Well, I think like I've said many times before, he's a very stubborn person, a stubborn man. So he's always stuck to his guns and always plays the same formation time and time again. But I think where results not been going our way this season, it's important for him to mix things up a bit, especially you've got a lot of new players as well to bed into. We've got more quality to bring in, so it's important to play to each individual player's strengths. So with attacking players like that we have brought in, you've got to play a certain way so you can get the best out of them. It's unfortunate where Paqueta's injured, so you've still got players who can slot into that position.
No, exactly. And Luke makes an interesting point here, Mike. How Johnson keeps his place over Soufal after Sunday is a bit bizarre. Are you surprised that Johnson's given the nod ahead of Soufal at right back? Yeah,
a little bit. I am, because I'm a big fan of Ben Johnson, as you know, but he's not been great, and Okay, we'll let him off because he's been out for a while, but I thought he looked a little bit off it in both games. Whereas Soufal, I thought had a decent game. I don't know what all the goo was about him not having a great game and people not having a go at him, because I thought he did okay. But hey, that one did shock me a little bit.
Yeah. Would you have changed things there, Phil, or not?
So I'd say really, I think they both, on their days, they both can be really good whenever one plays. But I think with Johnson, with him being a bit younger, he's got a little bit more pace on him, so that could be good. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I like Ben Johnson as well, but sometimes I'm not always 100% convinced with him.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Plenty of people obviously commenting about Downs. So let's see how Downs looks. Downs is starting. I didn't expect to see that. He's almost had his mock test. If you're doing your driving test, he's had his mock test in Europe, and now this is the real thing. Now, a big night for Flynn Downs tonight.
Yeah,
thrown in at the deep end a little bit, I think, Jake. To be honest,
thrown in at the deep end, but starting absolutely chucking it down outside. Flipping hell.
Honestly, I think, okay, you've got to play against players like that and teams like that eventually, but it's a tough one away at Anfield to make your Premier League debut. Well, if he has a good game, say no more. He could come on leaps and bounds from here, couldn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's positively, if he has a great game tonight, people are going to look at him and go, cool, yeah, he's the deal.
What a bargain. At just 12 million quid, I think. But yeah, a big test tonight. Let's take some of your comments. Very interesting lineup, much stronger than I was expecting. Just realised no Paqueta. I'd rather him than Fornals on the left side, or even drop Suchik. Zuma can't be fit, can he? It might be a bit of desperation from Moyes, I think. If he's seen he's 70% fit, he's just chucked him in. To be fair, Zuma looks injured every time he walks or runs anyway, the way he hobbles around. So I don't even think we could really test that, but it will be interesting. Phil?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, it's important to have a 100% fit Zuma, because he's quite heavy lad. So he always looks like he's hobbling. It's like his body's just too big for his knees. So if he is fit, then he can be a real force in the back. But if not, it's he's got a lot of pace against him tonight. So important that he can play to the best of his abilities.
Yeah. Neil says looks like a 4-4-2 to me, which means no pace, no place for Ben Rama to start. But let's see what happens as the game progresses. Yeah, it could definitely be a 4-4-2. The more logical and more David Moyes option, I think, would probably be a 3/5. But I don't know. Benny doesn't work like Fornals. Safety first as Moyes. Safety first Moyes as ever. And he's got a flipping good record against Liverpool as well. He's scored 2 in the last 3 trips to Anfield.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So maybe that could have hinted it as well. Let's scroll down. Downs will sit deep. Yeah, I think we could all accept that. Miss Hammer, I wonder if Klopp will be sat in the back seats because of that red card. No, because they got to go through the courts and everything else, and because they've said that he was wrong, but they're now waiting until Friday for him to respond to it. What's he going to say? Okay, cheers, and then give you a ban. Give him the ban.
Exactly.
Anyway, Simicast's quality. I can't say I've seen too much of him, but to be starting in the Premier League, Robertson on the bench. He must have enough faith from Klopp to start. So,
keep an eye out on him tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We are assuming Johnson will be right back. It may be Kehrer. I thought that, but it probably will be Johnson right back because of how weak I thought we did look with him there on Sunday. Which is nothing against him. He's not a centre back, but could we see that tonight, Mike?
Yeah, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. Kehrer, I think Creswell's going to play. He's not going to be left wing back.
He's not going to be exposed, is he?
No, not against these. I mean, he's going to tuck in the middle of 3. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I can't see he's going to stick. That we're going to have a back 4 as Creswell's a left back against Liverpool. I can't see it. That's Salah's side, isn't it? he's going to be motoring down that flank, and I'd fear for Creswell up against him. Although he's played well recently, he's had 2 damn good games, Creswell.
Yeah,
but he needs to be tucked in, I think.
Yeah, so maybe, just maybe, we might see that just tucked in, that little bit of protection there for him. Could be what the doctor ordered. Neil says, I feel more confident with our backline, as I thought it might have been as thin as Sunday. So just coming off the back of what Mike said there, Phil. So in terms of Kehrer and Johnson, there's pros and cons with it, isn't there? Because you've got Kehrer, who I think is a better right back, who's got more pace, who's going to be more attacking and more effective in that final third, or then you risk being a little bit frail centre back wise. But you've got Zuma back there, which might make a difference tonight.
Honestly, I think I like Harriet when he is at right back, because he is a bit better than Johnson, I think, in that position. But Harriet is still a good centre back, so I'd say just keep him alongside Zuma, and then Ben Johnson messes up, then Kerr can run over to that right side and just pick up any mess.
Yeah, exactly. So, just before we start wrapping things up, your final thoughts on that lineup, Mike?
Yeah, a little disappointed. I'd like to see Ben Rahman then give it more of a go, but I can understand it. It's Liverpool at Anfield, so. And we know what Moyes is like, so it's not a shock to any of us, is it really? Well, the shock was I didn't know that Paqueta wasn't going to be in the squad. I thought I did see him holding his shoulder, and I thought Sunday I didn't like the look of that, but I just didn't think he was going to be one of the ones out, because it hadn't been talked about, has it? So
yeah, I saw it straight away where he kind of lost the ball and he kept going and he was like quite stiff and he just kept going. I thought I said straight away he's done his shoulder, and somebody next to me said no, it's his hip, and I thought no, because he's holding his shoulder there. And I think as far as I remember, he went off, and nobody's mentioned it all week. It wasn't mentioned in the pre-match press conference, so either it was a difficult call whether he's going to play or not, or whether Moyes just didn't want it mentioned at all. He's out, and some people have said he's going to be out for about 2 weeks. So hopefully that can be sorted ASAP, because he hasn't had the best of starts, and then an injury really does frustrate a player that's come in, who's got high expectations, hasn't quite delivered to the best of his ability at the start, and then an injury is just, it's just really, really frustrating with it. Phil, your final thoughts with that lineup and super subs there? Antonio, Benrahma with half an hour to go. They've got nothing on their bench.
Exactly. I think final thoughts with the lineup. It's start line. It's we weren't expecting it, but that is the lineup, and we still got enough decent players to do a job if Moyes plays the right way. So if we can get at them, brilliant. If we can dominate the game, which I doubt, but if we do, that'd be fantastic. And also, if you got Benrahma, you got Antonio on the bench, bring them on, especially if you tire out some of their players, bring them on, run them ragged. Late goal from Benrahma, late bullet header from Antonio, perfect.
Oh, I'd love that. Keep your predictions coming in. Mike, prediction?
I'm going to say we'll get a draw. I know I'm on the fence again, but I'm quite confident if we played how we should play. I know we're lacking a couple of players, but so are they. I'm going to go for a 1-1.
Nick, my prediction. Somebody did it yesterday.
Who
did it? Gary did it yesterday.
You're going to have to do yours first, Jake.
Well, I thought, I'm going to put my trust in Mike tonight.
What to say? Yeah.
No, I'm going to change my prediction. I very rarely change my prediction from my preview, but I've got a good feeling. The last couple of days I've been like, today I got up and I'm like, we're going to do this today. And you know what? We are going to win. Liverpool won West Ham United 2. I think it's going to be a famous night at Anfield. The Kop is going to be as silent as ever. And I think we're going to get goals. We're going to get a Scamacca goal because he's an Italian man. He said F Paris and F Milan. Angelo booked his plane. Did you know that, Mike? Angelo booked his plane. Gianluca scores again. Love that song. Yeah, Scamacca, and I'm feeling a Declan Rice goal, 2-2.
Ooh.
I can see it. I really can.
That happens.
Anything else to add to that, Phil?
Well, firstly, Mike, that was my prediction.
So, Mike, you're in the bad books tonight.
Sorry, Jack.
Secondly, as I'm feeling a bit more positive now as we're getting closer to kickoff, Jake, that was my second choice. So, what am I going to do now?
Mike, put it there.
Dear, oh dear. Right, let's. I don't know. I don't want to be negative and say 2-2, and I don't think it's going to be a no-score draw. James saying 3-2 to us. That's not too bad. Do you know what? I'm going to go with it. 3-2 West Ham. Why the hell?
Very good. Very good. I gave you a hint and you went with it. I like it. Yeah. Let's have some goal scorers and everything else.
Goal score for me, Smacker tonight.
You reckon? Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, Scamacca, and then who else? Let's expect a Bowen and a sub goal from Antonio, and then Salah and Nunes for Liverpool.
Yeah, that's fair. Plenty of 1-1s today. 1-1, 1-1, 3-2 West Ham. Desmond from Neil. No Adrian on the bench for Liverpool. Yeah, that is a shame.
He can come back to us and put him up front.
Yeah, or at centre half because we haven't got many of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But there we go. Right there, we will see you on the full-time whistle, hopefully talking about a second win at Anfield for West Ham in 59 years. 4-0 likes a goal at Anfield. Will we see a 4-0 goal tonight? If it is, it's going to be a bumbled shot just tucked into that bottom corner. It's not going to be clean. It's just going to be scuffed. It's somehow going to get past Alisson. Put your money on it. But there we go. So some final thoughts, and I'm bringing back my favourite question. I haven't said it for a while. I've put it away, but I'm bringing it back out. It's 10 minutes until kickoff. Put on your best Scottish accent, Phil.
In the style of Moisey. Well, this is what we're going to do, lads. Yeah, look, go out there. This is a big Liverpool team, but they're not at it this season. I've put you lot out there starting tonight because this is Liverpool. We want to get a result here. And I used to manage Everton, so it's always good to get one over my old local rivals. So, there.
Fair enough. And last night, Gary kind of jokingly said, Mike, he said, for the first half, I want 9 men behind the ball. I want us to defend, and I might make a couple of substitutions on the 85th minute. Being Mr. Moyes 2.0, is that what you're requesting today?
No, I mean, just get out there, boys. Go for it. And I mean, yeah, keep your shape, keep the crowd quiet as long as we can. And you never know. You know, if we get a goal, let's keep it nice and tight, but keep, making chances. Keep making chances like we did on Sunday. I mean, we had 25 shots on Sunday. If we have 10 tonight, that would be good. That would be very good. Normally, we've been to Liverpool and not had no shots on target. So, let's have 10 shots. Let's make sure 5 of them are on target. Let's make their goalie work. And hey, go for it. Nothing to lose.
Free hit, you never know what will happen. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching the starting 11 and build-up show for this game. It is Liverpool versus West Ham. We will see you all on the final whistle, where hopefully we're talking about a positive result for the Hammers. So join us then right here on West Ham Unofficial. Go and enjoy the game. Go and make yourself a cup of coffee. Bovril if you're up north. You never know if you want to float the boat out tonight. And if you are at Anfield and you're tuned in tonight, shout loud for all of us. Wish I was there tonight. But yeah, hopefully let's pick up those points. And for me, Phil and Mike, Come on, your irons. I'm
Come
going to
on,
catch you
you
soon.
Irons.
Right here on West Ham Unofficial. Cheers, guys. See you on a full-time whistle. Irons.
Guys.
Cheers, Mike.